Good evening, and good afternoon, and good morning, according to your time zone. My name is Dele Bello. I am the president of the Benin Empire Advancement League, and today we are going to be talking about the Edo youth. There's a message from Pa IDU, who actually found the Benin Kingdom as a whole. In the beginning was Pa IDU. And then from Pa IDU, we went to Odiongwere. And then from the Odiongwere, then we now went to the Okiso period. And from the Okiso period, we now in the Obaship. Yes, the reason for this broadcast is just a message from Pa IDU and also a message from the future, from our great, great, great grandchildren, because they have a question for the Benin youth of nowadays. The reason for the question is, as you all know, Paidu started, the Benin history started with Paidu uh, coming together with other people to form uh, what is now known today as the Benin Empire. During this period, we all know there wasn't something like a lances or something like that. But the way it is now in Benin City and the environ, everybody will now understand that our youth of nowadays who call themselves the youth, are selling all the properties, all the land that belongs to Paidu. And the Paidu is not happy about that. Many people may be thinking, oh, what is this person talking about? What is he saying? Yes, I want to let you know what I'm talking about. That if we continue the way we are now, there will be, in years to come, there will be no land for the Edo people again. And there will be no land for our children, our great great grandchildren that will be coming. There will be nothing left for them. My question for the Edo youth that has been killing themselves because of land issue, community that has been killing themselves, are going against themselves, brothers and sisters going against themselves. My question for you today is, what did we do with that money we all received from the land selling and the land grabbing? Today, you can hardly find a company or an industry that is being built with that money in our state. Our, upon all the whole land sales in our country or in our land, the Edo land, we still remain in poverty. Why? The question is, why are we selling all our land to foreigners or to other people? Because when this empire was found, there was nothing like land sales. The land belongs to the Oba. The Edo people usually say Oba Nyato Yase Ewebu. But today, I can tell you our Oba has not sold any piece of land to any other person. But today, if you go to the Oba Palace, you also always have complaint, someone about land between brothers and sisters, between brothers and brothers, between communities who are killing themselves because of 100 by 100 or 200 by 200. So all these have to stop. Otherwise, we doesn't have future. Our children will not be having a future if we continue this way. We all have to come together to say no to this land sales, to this land grabbing. And then most of you who are very, very illiterate, coming out to say one Ohen uh, is in land grabbing. I want to understand something. I want to understand something from these people. And that these people, all of them that is coming up now, these are estate developers, as I always know. What has estate developers contributed to the development of Benin or his environment? We still have to answer the question: are these people also involved in land grabbing? We still have to answer this question. Are these people encouraging our youth selling our land to other people? Many people might be thinking, what is this one talking about? Is he supporting this Ohen? No, I'm not supporting this Ohen, who you people now call a devil in the social media platform, everywhere. But let me just put it to your understanding. Does this land belongs to this youth that is selling this land to you? Normally, the Oba of Benin, Monoba Huapolopolo, Oba Ewari II, is the custodian of all the land in Edo land, as far as the Benin tradition and custom is concerned. But today, you see all our youth just selling all the lands that belongs to the Benin, even those that are not that doesn't belong to them. You know, they will say they are land developers, they are the youth, you know. In the Benin tradition and the Benin custom, there was nothing like youth. Now we said we are civilized, we now abandon our own tradition, our own custom, everything that was promoting peace in our communities was now abandoned or is now abandoned. The Pa IDU is calling, is asking you this question: is this the way I started this empire? Is this the way the empire has been growing, that you are now living and selling the land that just doesn't belong to you? You are now selling the future of your children, of your great grandchildren. Imagine tomorrow your children will not have a farmland to farm because you sold this land to other people. You sold this land to other people that are not even Beninese. Let me put it away. I'm not a racist. I'm saying it as it is. There's no sugarcoating. We have to ask our youth of today, what is the meaning of selling this land? What is meant in the future for the Edo people, for the Benin people? You people are not thinking about it now, but I will give you the chance to start thinking about it. Ask yourself this question: is this the way my father lived? Yes, everybody wants a better life for himself and for his family and uh, for the whole family he has. But is this the way? Killing ourselves because of land, destroying other people's properties because of land, grabbing other people's property because of land. You know, this is very disgusting because this is what has been happening in Benin since 20 years now. You know, lances where you have community waging a war against other community. Uh, when we see our brothers, we just take over their land because we are stronger or we have more weapons than as they. What did this say about ourselves? What is this saying about ourselves? Are we a responsible human being? This is the question you have to ask. Now, if you go to so many of these Benin communities, those of them call themselves community chairman, you can hardly see anything they did with this money. They bought a nice car and maybe uncompleted building, which are not being completed. And then after a year or 2 years, you don't see that car again because uh, Most of our Edo people, they don't think twice before they do things, to say the fact. Now, all this land that has been sold, this what millions, if not billions of naira or dollars, to say the fact. What has this money gone to? Where did it go? Where's the money today? Where is the industry that is being built with this money? You can hardly find anyone in our state today. Why is it that way? Why is it our youth so greedy? Why is our youth ignoring our custom and the tradition? Why is our youth destroying our heritage, our traditional heritage? You know, these are questions our youth of today have to answer, because we are not just answering this question for ourselves now. We are still going to be doing the same thing for our children, our great great grandchildren, because you sold their land that belongs to them already. They are going to suffer for the crime you committed, and this is what you don't know. So please, I'm pleading with every Edo youth, before you go into land sales, before you go into land grabbing, think twice. Think twice, because you are not adding to the development of the Edo state. You are destroying our state for us. You know, today, you can hardly find a space in Oredo or even Environ, about 10, 15 kilometers away from there. You can hardly find a land that has not been sold. You can hardly find a farming land, where our food came from. It's only in the village, and most of our youth are not even ready to go to farming again, because they think this is a very, very difficult job. Yes, it is. There's no job that is easy. You know, sitting in the office day in and day out is not also an easy job. If you have your own farm and your own income, you are a chief of yourself. You know, you are a chief of yourself, and you can do anything you like. You can go to farm when you like. You can come back when you like. You can take as many people as you want to go to your farm and the help. But today, you hardly find our youth who are involved in farming. You know? Most of our youth are always now involved in land grabbing, looking for where to steal other people's property, looking for where to go and steal other people's yam in the farm, looking for where to go and start stealing other people fish in fish pond, or chicken in the poultry. Hmm. There's a lot that needs to be done. The Benin people, the Edo people need to start creating jobs themselves. Hmm. That is why the Europeans, they are far better than us today. You know, from from their creation, they create jobs for themselves, for their family. Most of the companies you are seeing here today, most of them are private. Let me say it's only not even 20% that belongs to the government. All the people that is being employed today in Europe, most of 85% of them are employed in a private company. This is where Edo State is lacking. We always just rely on ourselves. We don't think of other people, and then we don't think of improving other people's life, or improving others people a future. But the white people, they are already thinking of the next 200 years, how the life of their great great grandchildren will look like. They are already planning the future for them, while we are now selling their future. This is something we have to do, because time will come, the Europeans, they will ask us to leave their land to go back to our countries. And this is going to happen very, very soon, because I believe they had enough from us, and that they are going to do this. Just imagine a country where I'm living in now. Everybody can know the situation or see what is happening in Afghanistan, and then no European country is willing to take refugee from those countries. Why? because they had enough from these people also. We are saying, oh, we want to come here to take what they take from our forefather. Are we doing that really? Most of these people here who came here, they're always involved in crime. They do all sorts of criminal activities. And then when you ask them, what are you doing? They will tell you they're hustling. They're hustling. How are you hustling? Are you working in a company? Are you having your own personal business? So the Edo youth have to start thinking twice. If you have money, invest it in a company that can employ at least 5 people. And these 5 people, if they are going, if they have, they can feed their family, they can do everything. You know, this is also very, very important because in this life, as you see the Europeans, they also suffered as we suffer before they come to this stage. And they now believe doing things yourself is very, very important, not waiting for other people to be doing things for you. Because that is the problem of most of us Nigerians today, or most of the adult people. Everybody is waiting for the government to do something for us. Whereas the government, they cannot do anything for anybody because they themselves, they cannot even help themselves as the situation is now. So this is very, very important for us to work together as a nation, as the Benin nation, or as the Edo nation, or as the Benin Empire, as we may call it, to start working together to start improving the lives of our people. Because there's no amount of houses you will build in that land, you know, that will improve the life of our people. Because that will not give them employment. Estate developer, okay, yeah, for what? How many people can afford estate today in our state? How many people can afford a living in our state today? Upon all the land sales, our youth has been doing, selling the land of our forefather Pa IDU, and they're selling the land of our future children, our great great grandchildren. You know? And this is going to be a very, very difficult future for our children if we continue this way, because there will be nothing left for our children. And if we don't stop all this nonsense we are doing, you just look at Edo State today. How many companies are from our own Benin people or Edo people? You know, because hardly you see anything that belongs to the Edo people as a company, or to those youth who sold the whole land in all these areas that doesn't belong to them, who now call themselves the youth chairman and the others. You know, in the Benin tradition, in the Benin custom, there's nothing like youth chairman. In the Benin custom, we have the Enogie who take care of the community, which is the governor, to say the fact. And we also have the Odion we raise. Then we have Idionine. You know? And after Idionine, they come the rest Idion. Okaigele is just a messenger. You know, it's just a messenger. He doesn't really have any function. He's been sent to serve the Idions. You know, now the Idions, they are now serving the Okaigele, which is not even Okaigele, which now they call the youth chairman. You know, and there's a parable in Benin of an old year in normal soil be boy. Just remember that if you take something that doesn't belong to you, that is not in your position to take that, your life is going to be very, very difficult. That's what our forefather has been saying, and they are still saying this. So please, Benin youth, Edo youth, start thinking twice before you sell all this land to all these people. Because you are selling the land of your children, your great great grandchildren. What will you now do When your children now come up tomorrow and ask you, uh, Daddy, where's the land of your father? What will you now say? You will now say, I sold it to so so and so person. So the Benins, we were very, very good in farming those days. We were one of the best people who were feeding Nigeria. You know. But today, it's very, very difficult before you find any of our youth that is doing farming. You know. Farming is a very, very lucrative business, to say the fact. My father was a farmer, a very, very, very good farmer. He was having 16 children before he joined his ancestors. That is where he used the money to get the money to pay our school fees, to do everything we were doing. You know. So it can as well help. Nowadays, the problem of the Edo people, nobody wants to live in the village. Everybody is leaving their village, going to the city. They will say they are going to the city to go and hustle, having no job in the city. There's no job in the city. Now, if you look at their father's houses in Benin City, you will see, or in the village, you will see their father houses is completely destroyed. And these are the people who will be coming to village almost every week or every 2 weeks to come and collect money, uh, to come and collect cash crops and everything, and go back to Benin. They don't have any business doing in Benin. They don't have any job doing in Benin. So, and when they don't find anything, these are the people who now will now start stealing other people's property in the village. I can give you a lot of example of this. The Benin youth have to start waking up. Stop selling the land of our forefathers. Stop selling the land of Pa IDU. Stop selling the land of Izodua, who will be coming in future. Or stop selling the land of Nogbasi, who will be coming back in the future. Because you are destroying their future. We have to stop this. Because as we are talking now, in Benin City and Evaron, there's no land left. Everything is sold. And none of this land is being sold by our Oba, nor the chiefs. Most of this land are being sold by the so-called youth. They call themselves the youth and the land developers. How can you call yourself a land developer, selling land for people to build houses without considering where the food of tomorrow will be coming from? We have to start thinking twice. We have to start thinking twice now before it's too late. It's not just only Benin. We have this also in so many places, in so many villages where children go to the village, rent out their father farm for other people to be farming, collect the money, go to Benin and start pay house rent. How can you be doing that when you have your both hand where you can use to work and earn money? And then now you will be complaining about other people that are doing the farm in the village. You will be saying, I'm from the city, and blah, 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 blah. What have you achieved in your life? How are you preparing the life of your children? How are you preparing for the future, for your children, for your great grandchildren? If you go to Oba Palace today, everything you see is about land issue. Community killing themselves, villagers killing themselves just because of land. You know? And then none of this land is being sold by our Oba. These are from our youth, the so-called youth. And then when you hear them today, they will be saying, oh, the Oba is not doing anything about it. The Oba just kept quiet. Our Oba cannot do anything about it. If you yourself cannot correct yourself, you have to correct yourself, correct your family, stop sales of land that doesn't belong to you, because these are farmland that belong to other people. It's not your own personal property. Now the question is, what did you do with that money? How many company did you invested that money on? How many companies did you build with that money? Today, you hardly find any of this money in Benin City. All this money are being used for rubbish, paying for hotels, paying for girls and others. All these nuisance need to stop because those people selling things that not belongs to them, they will suffer for it in the future. Because I'm saying this because of experience. Because youth of nowadays who say they are I don't know how to call them. They said they are civilized. How can a civilized someone not think about tomorrow or think about the future? Because this civilized country, they think about the future. They are already thinking of 300 years to come. How the life of their children, their children's children will look like. They are already building the future for them. Where we are still building the future of ourselves, not even for ourselves, destroying our own future. you know. So we have to come out from our low thinking and then come out to think twice before we start doing any other thing. You know, people just go to other people's village, go to other people's farm, seize their land because they have more weapons, and they killing themselves. Even when the Oba intervened and said, okay, this is how I settle the matter, the people, they will not ignore what the Oba of Benin said and go to court and start pursuing the case from the court. It's only when they lose, you will not hear them say the Oba is not doing anything against it. He's not doing that against it. Whereas you sold this land to other people, the Oba didn't earn anything from this land you sold. So it's very, very important we start thinking. The Benin youth should start thinking, the Edo youth should start thinking of the future. Selling the land of our forefathers does not bring the future for us, does not bring the development for us we are thinking about. Here today, before you buy any land, any farming land will not be sold to you. There is a space just reserved only to build. And once those space is occupied, it's very, very difficult before you find any land to buy. And they maintain their old houses. You can see houses from 300 years ago, from 400 years ago, they're still standing. They maintain it. This is the house of their forefathers. And their great grandchildren are still living in the house because they maintain it. If you go to villages today, hardly you find houses that is really standing. That's a standing. You see, you see the walls are being cracked. When it's raining, you can't hide anywhere. And these are the people selling their land, selling properties in the villages, you know, who doesn't cannot invest that money to repair the house, to stay in the village, to do farming, so that they also earn money, and they will be now running from Benin City or from wherever they are to the village, and they start insulting other people, trying to take away their property, trying to take it properties that doesn't belong to them. All this need to stop if we want peace in that country. If we want peace in Benin City and environment, all this nonsense nuisance has to stop. We are talking about the Fulanis and others. You know, we ourselves, we are doing the same thing to ourselves. We are doing land grabbing, community taking over other community land just because they are more in number and they have more weapons than the other community. Are the Fulanis not doing the same thing exactly? You know, why are now they in our bushes? And this was also the responsibility of our youth before, because most of our youth were the people who were giving this land to the Fulani to start grazing. These were our youth who started this nonsense. The truth needs to be told. And most of these cows belongs to the Benin people, not even the Fulanis. So we need to start talking about facts. We need to start thinking twice. because it cannot be that we have been selling our future for just a token of a bottle of water, you know, because things are going very fast. Things are growing very fast. Things are turning from bad to worst. You know. Buhari is not alone who is responsible for the country. You are also responsible for yourself. Do something for yourself before the government can come to your aid. That's what they do here. They will tell you move your ass, do something for yourself, then they will support you. You know? Land selling is not doing something for yourself. You are selling other people's future. The Edo people have to look for something else to be doing. They have to start farming again. They have to start doing so many other things again that our forefather were doing before we came to life. And when we are living this life tomorrow, then let us leave something for our children's children, so that they have something to start with. Otherwise, they are going to be ending up in cultist, as a cultist, or they are going to be ending up as an armed robber, or in any other criminal gang. That is going to be the future. We all know everybody cannot be a professor. We all know everybody cannot be a doctor. But there's a lot need to be done to educate our people about the future, what it means to have a future for these children, to have a future for these great grandchildren. Because if you look at China today, it's not that China is richer than Nigeria, to say the fact, but they know how to utilize what they have. They know how to use their brain to work to solve the problem they're having. Why do we look so inferior in dealing with all these issues? If you go to uh, our city today, the Benin city, or even village with 20 houses, you find three churches. If there's no street in Benin without two or three churches, why is it like that? Why are we feeling so inferior to serve other gods than the one we have? To respect our culture, to promote our culture, why is it so difficult for us? People are now using this as a business. Everywhere you go, it's just a business. You see the pastor who has nothing before now riding on a Rolls Royce or any big car, or having his private jet. Some even boasting they're having two or three private jets. Where when our children and our people are eating from the dustbin, our children are not going to school. How can you be proud for something like that where your church members cannot afford a meal a day? You cannot be proud of such a thing. We need to start thinking for ourselves. Think for yourself. The pastor cannot improve your life. God help those who help themselves. Praying the whole day in the church cannot improve your life. But inventing something that is good can improve your life and improve the life of your children, and also improve the life of your family. By doing that, you can also employ people. It's not just uh, uh, the whole day in the church. You take the whole family. You'll be in the church the whole day. Then you say you are having overnight. You are having this and that. What is the meaning of all this? Since I've been living here, there's a church here. You can hear the bell ringing. There's a church bell. That's the only noise you heard from the church. On Sunday, you hardly see people shouting with microphone or something like that. You can't see it here. Where in Benin, you cannot even sleep. Some will just open their loudspeaker in middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and start disturbing his neighbor. How can you say you are serving a God? There are billions of people praying to God every day. Don't you think twice? Can God listen to everybody? But they said God is everywhere, but He cannot listen to everybody. Why are we shouting to God? If you shout to God and start using microphone, He will not hear you. You can talk to God with your heart and He will hear you. It's not by going to church that make you a Christian. Here, it's not by going to church that make you a Christian. What you do for your people, what you do for your neighbors, that make you a Christian here. I haven't seen a state with so many churches to say the fact. When you are coming from Lagos to Benin and you see all these places, they call I don't know what they call themselves. These are churches. I can't understand our people. Why are we brainwashing ourselves? Why are we devaluing ourselves? There are a lot of questions that need to be answered. We cannot start devaluing ourselves for other people and you expect them to respect us. They cannot respect us because we have to respect ourselves first. We have to respect our tradition. You people call Ogun, Olokun, Isako, Efa, and others idol. The same thing is in church. You know, actually, Christianity started from Africa. The first Bible, the first Holy Bible you are seeing, originated from Africa, from Ethiopia. As the same thing, life originated from Africa. But today, where are we? We are serving a white man. We call ourselves a Christian. We call ourselves everything. And when we come to the white man country, when we are imitating, they neglect us. They don't even give you water to drink. They give you nothing. They will tell you, go back to your country. We will help you when you are in your country, but when you come to us, they won't help you. They are tolerating us because they are also gaining something from us. If not, they will not tolerate us. They will not even allow you to step your foot on their soil. People might be saying, oh, what is this stupid man talking about? He say a racist. No, I'm not a racist. I've been living here for years. I'm talking from experience. I also have good experience here. And I also have bad experience. There's nothing like home. In your home, you are the chief, you are the king, and you are the queens. As all the Edos, the Benins are kings and queens. So there's a lot we need to do with our people. We have to start decolonizing our people to know that they shouldn't be feeling inferior to anybody. Our religion, our heritage, our tradition is also equal to those of the white man, even more better. Because most of these things they are having originated from us. The democracy you are seeing today is the work of Pa IDU and our great fathers. They invented democracy because during that period, the Ojongweres were being chosen from the villages. Although it was the most eldest people, but they were chosen to represent them. Ojongwere, then all these Uzama and others, they were being chosen. They were elected to serve their people, and they serve their people with their full heart. But today we have the youth who say they are civilized, they don't respect our tradition, they don't respect our traditional rulers, they insult them the way they like. Just because you are living in Europe, or you are living in Lagos, or you are living in Benin City, that is a very, very bad idea. Because the Edos always say, Omanogwe ebonore winye eto, emiga wewe, emiga we, emiga wewe. Sorry for my Edo. So, yes, there's there's a parable in Benin which says someone who commonize the gods in his community, uh, one day he will realize when he lost something, he will not find the God he will complain to. You know? So we have to start thinking twice because our tradition, our custom, our heritage, this is what makes us. You cannot inherit another person tradition, another person heritage, and be thinking life will be good with you. It will not be good with you because we will always be looking and looking and looking. Why are we looking today? Why are we suffering today? Because we are always in looking for God, looking for Jehovah, looking for Jesus Christ. You know, the white people they know already. They don't look for Jesus Christ again. Not that they found him, they didn't find him, but they know in their brain, he always exists here. But that won't stop them maybe sometimes from not going to church or doing other things. It's only few of them that go to church now. You know. But we, the Africans, we the Nigerians, we the Edo people, we go to church every Sunday, we go to church every Wednesday, we go to church every Friday, every Saturday, but we still have a lot of criminals in our land. We have armed robberies, we have cultists, we have everything. Why is it so? I can tell you any Benima or any Edoma you ask today, what's your religion? It will tell you I'm a Christian. Why is it that way? Say you are a Christian and tomorrow you are involved in crime. You see pastor involving in armed robbery. You see Reverend Father robbing his members and say this is tight, buying aeroplane, doing all sorts of things. When their members are eating into dustbin. How can this be? Are these people so heartless? They have had even manipulating these people to commit crime for them. So we have to start thinking twice, thinking about the future of our children, the future of the children's children. We have to also think about our great great grandfather, how they formed this land we call now our land today. They didn't sold it to anybody. That is why you still call it your land today. Now you are selling the whole land to other people. You're selling the future of your children's children. How can that be? What type of future are you now preparing for your children? How can your children have a future tomorrow if you now sold all the property they're supposed to derive their wage from or they're supposed to derive their food from? How can we do that? Are we not supposed to be working for the future of our children today? We are supposed to be doing this. But today, you go to Benin, anywhere, you see churches, you see a lot of dustbins, like the drainage we are seeing today. Let's just talk about the drainage. Everybody that, if you go to New Benin Market, Ekiosa, any market you go to, it's always smelly. Why are they smelly? Because we are too lazy to put the waste in the right place. We just throw into the drainage, and tomorrow we have a erosion. And people will now start crying. The government is not coming. The government is not coming. There's a question I still have for you. If you go to the toilet, did the government ask you or tell you clean your nyash before you clean your nyash? These are things we all supposed to be doing. Encourage our people so that they can help yourself because the government cannot be cleaning the drainage for you. You have to clean the drainage. If they have not come up with this, there was a less erosion in Benin and Evaran. But today, all you see in the drainage, you see in Benin City, it's always me. Everywhere, plastic, plastic, plastic. What sort of life is that? And the outcome of this is going to be very, very dangerous for us because plastic is one of the most dangerous things in the whole world today. People are complaining about it. And it's not only in Benin, even in the Atlantic Ocean, you find plastic as fast to the ground. Even the fish we are consuming today, sometimes they find plastic in the stomach. Why? But in Benin, everywhere, if we dig about, let me just say, few centimeters, not even a meter, the ground, at least you will find at least 5 or 6 plastic. Plastic cannot decay. There's not, even though if you decay, the remnants will still be there, and that's it's very, very dangerous for us. We have to start thinking about ourselves. The government they cannot be doing everything for us. As I said before, 85% of the Europeans that are being employed today, they are employed by the private sectors, you know, not by the government. That's where we start thinking about ourselves. We can have a cooperation with other people to form a company. That's what they do here too. There are 10 people who has a company. There are 15 people we come together to form a company. You know. Our organization is already standing in this gap, and then we are working towards this to give a brighter future for our people. And to do that, we need your support also. We need everyone's support because we are going to be coming down to Benin City, coming down to our village, doing some project for ourselves. Even though it's farming, we are going to be employing people to do the farming for us. And then we're also going to have a say in politics that affect our people. It's not going to be the election where you fight every day. Yes, if you watch the video, my video from yesterday, no, not from yesterday, from 2 days ago, you will see there was a governorship election here and the mayor election. The mayor election is just like a form of a council chairman. You know, yes, 2 days ago there was something a campaign here, very peaceful. Everybody has the time for a question, and the governorship candidate was given answer to every question. You didn't see talks, you didn't see entourage, you didn't see anything. They came with their private cars. Why are they coming with their private car? Because they know they do something for their people, and their people are doing something that for themselves. They have less criminals. You don't have those social kidnapping and others. And then they know if they doesn't have entourage, if they doesn't have their bodyguard or police escort or something like that, the police they have time also to work for the community they are living, to maintain peace, to do everything that is needed for this community. You know? It's not like in our governorship election, the one I was saying the last time, or this was very shameful one, to say the fact. Those people were saying talk bad, talk bad, talk bad. You do not see all of them keeping quiet. I don't understand our people. You know? Is it because of shame? Or is it because of the bribe? Maybe you collect something and now you cannot talk. You know? You sold your vote. You all the Edo people were saying talk bad, talk bad, talk bad, talk bad. I can't see the reason why talk bad, talk bad. When we know the first term was not even, you know, how can I say it? Was not even good enough. You know, how can we vote such a person in the second term? And the opponent was not even better. But here they do exactly oppose the same thing. They will choose the third candidate. You know, that's how it's supposed to be in our place. Not the way you have name, not the way you have money. That's not the way you're supposed to win the election. Although money also play a role here, but this amount of money all parties are allowed to spend. You know. All the parties they are allowed to spend equal amount, and that their message that is being allowed to be sent to their people. And their people they see with their naked eyes what you have done and then what you are capable of doing. That's how they will elect you. It's not the way you have money or the way you can bribe people. It's not because of your ethnic background that people will vote you. You know. So we need to start educating ourselves, you know, our brothers and sisters at home, telling them the meaning of selling their vote, because this is very, very important. Because if you say your vote, you doesn't have a voice, you sold your voice. That person can do whatever he likes to do with your vote. So it's also very, very important that we have a monitor organization who will be monitoring the whole government. You know, like today, as I'm hearing, we doesn't have we even have House of Assembly. We doesn't even have commissioner. How can a government function without commissioner? Can the governor do the whole job alone? Can he do everything alone? No. You know? And the people who always put the blame on the palace. I want to talk to you personally. The palace has never been part of the government, and they will never be part of the government. If you have any issue, go to the government house. You know the government house. Because you voted these people in the government. You were the people fighting as it talks for these people. And now you have the reward. Don't put the blame on the palace. Don't put the blame on the Oba of Benin. And don't put the blame on the chiefs. Because it was your duty to choose the person you know who will work for you. But you sold the vote. You were holding guns and cutlass, fighting in the street of Benin, in our villages, for people to vote for you, threatening people, kidnapping people. And now you have the result. This is what you voted for. When we were saying Togba, when Adam Oshombole was also there, you know, I was feeling, I was having the feeling that we are a racist, to say the fact. And that was the truth, especially with the EDOs and some of our Asian brothers. And this is the result today when you see people, the Edos and the Asian are not coming together. These are two brothers and two sisters. You know, we are brothers and sisters. The Robo, the Isoko, the Shekiri, the Afema, the Izon, and so on. We all are brothers and sisters. We are the Edoites. We are supposed to be together, do things together. You know. But today you see the division, you know, because so many of people who are working tirelessly to make sure the Benin and the Issa they are being divided, and then most of our people who has a social media platform or organization, they're even adding to this problem. You know. When you come out to say this is what one Islam poet said about our Oba of Benin, and this is one, I think one of our Edo brothers said about our one of our king in Eastern land. You know, it's not supposed to be so. It's supposed to be this is something one of our Benin brother or one of our Benin sister said about our Monumba. Because these people, they are still our brothers and our sister, whether we like it or not. So these are brothers, these are our sisters. We need to come together to have this alliance again so that we can develop our state. We mustn't vote for somebody who is speaking my language or somebody who came from my village or from my community. We have to look at it in a different way because if you vote anybody that cannot do the job into the office, it's going to have a 4 years term. And this 4 years term is going to be a horror 4 years term. You know? And if you vote for somebody who has the knowledge to do something for the community, to do something for the state, it's going to be a beautiful 4 years. So we should start coming up and start using our brain in anything we are doing. We shouldn't only be thinking of today alone. We should also be thinking about the future of our children, our great great grandchildren, how they will live their life when we are no longer there. We have to prepare the ground for them because tomorrow might be too late. Today we are having the problem we are having in Nigeria not because our forefather or our father did a good job. They did a very, very good job. That's why we call ourselves Nigerians today. That is why we are very, very proud of the Benin Empire today. But why are we not contributing to the progress of this empire or to these states? We all the Benin resided in. We as an organization, we have the task. We are coming up to make sure we promote our tradition. We do everything that is very, very important to make sure we bring our empire forward again, no matter where our people reside. If you're in Ghana, if they're in Togo, if they're in Sierra Leone, if they're in Bayelsa, if they're in Cross River, if they're in River, if they're in Delta State, if they're in Lagos, if they're in Ondo, Ekiti, all these areas where our people reside, we are going to be bringing them together to work for one cause. And that one cause will be how to improve the lives of our people, the lives of our children, our great grandchildren, educating them about themselves, about their origin, because a human being without history, without origin, is a lost soul. That's why I'm looking at so many Christians. The truth needs to be told. Today, these are lost souls. I know most of you are Christians because the time you are still looking for Jesus Christ, when you already have one with you at home, you'll be looking for and looking for. You won't find it. But there's one with you at home. Work on it. That's what the white man did. The white man, they didn't take anything from Africa that represent their God. They brought it to us. They brought it to us not that because it would improve the life of our people. They bring it to us to enslave us. And we all are buying into the slavery. And if you read the Bible today, hardly you read about or the New Testament and others, you read anything good about Africa. Anything you read about Africa, there is about war, killing brothers and sisters, this and that. You know, they brainwash every one of us. We have to return back to our tradition, to our heritage, to what we know, the way of our forefather, the path our forefather created for us. We have to follow that path. Now we are deviating. It's like there's a path here and there's a forest here. Now, this is the path the forefather created for you. And then this is the path somebody is trying to create for you. Now, we, the new generation, we are just coming and then we stay down in the middle. Instead, for us to say, okay, this is the path of our forefather, let's go straight to this path. That things will be easier for us. But now we are choosing this path. And we are going to this path where we have a forest, where you need a machete, where you need so many other things that you can follow this road, this path, to the future where you are going to. That's the problem we're having today. We are now stuck in this path. We are not going forward, and we are not coming back. So we're supposed to go back to rethink. Go back to the ways of your forefather. Take the path of your forefather. Although there are still some problems in the way, but it will be easier for us. Life will be easier for us. Look at Rwanda today. Rwanda, they are growing little by little. They put religion at the back of their head, not in the forefront, as we are doing. It's not even Rwanda. In the Western world today, religion is at the back. They put themselves even before the God they are serving. They put themselves before God and say, oh, without me, there will be no God. There will only be God if I'm alive. So let me do something for myself. This is where it's supposed to be, also be in Africa. But all the money we are earning, we are always using it in building churches, building churches, building churches, without employing any other person. We doesn't employ our brother, we doesn't employ our sister, we doesn't employ our neighbors. We are just investing this money in churches. How can we improve our lives when we are investing in churches? In this community where I'm living here, there are about 6,500 people living, adults living in this community. They have two churches, and one of them is more than 200 years. No, let me say, yeah, 400 years old, and the other one is 200 years old. There's no other church in this community. They don't invest their time in building churches. They invest their time in building companies, industries that benefit their people. But today, when you go anywhere you go in Nigeria, any TV channel you click on, anything our people is posting on Facebook, they always have enemy. God destroy my enemies. God destroy this. God destroy that. Who are your enemies? Who are your enemies? Tell me. All of you are Christians. Now, who is your enemy? No. The question is, who is your enemy? You know, everywhere you have enemies of these Christians, you have enemies of this Muslim, you have enemies of. In our own tradition, we have less enemy. That's why our forefathers were able to work together to build the nation we are calling our own nation today. It's not the way we now are doing. We take a 5 years old to the church the whole day, learning the Bible, learning the Quran. What are these people going to be in the future? How are they going to be in the future? How are they going to build the future of tomorrow when they only know from a book that is being written by other people, not from their own tribe, not from their own forefather or their own great grandfather? You will tell them you are looking for Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, nobody know even if it exists. They are telling us there was someone called Jesus Christ. Do we know if Jesus Christ exists? Nobody know. There is no evidence. We only know this from this book. So we only need to know this from this Bible or Muhammad. Yes, Muhammad existed. Yes, but there's still a lot of things to know about Muhammad, because there are so many things that will shake your heads today if you know what happened that period. So the Nigerians of today, the youth of today, please wake up from your dream. Jesus Christ will not come back from heaven to come and build a factory for you. Jesus Christ will not come back from heaven to come and build a company for you. You will build it for yourself with your power, with the cooperation of your people. This is very, very important for the future, for ourselves, for our children, for our great grandchildren. Because Pa IDU is asking this question today for the EDO youth. What did you do with the money from the land sales? This question needs to be answered. Because if people just sold the whole land for nothing, no companies being built, no industry, Not even electricity, no water project that was be done by this money in this community. How can you now come today to blame other people that they are not doing their job they're supposed to be doing? How can you now come up to blame a governor or a commissioner or a councillor that is not doing the job? When you yourself you failed woefully to say the fact. Even our forefathers, they were able to think, they were able to build drainage around Benin City. They were able to build the Benin Wall. They were able to invent the first street lights. They were able to invent democracy. What have we done with the generation? What have we been able to build up that we can be able to be proud of? Let us come to this organization and then let us work together to build the Benin Empire again, to make the Benin Empire great again. Because this is very, very important for the Benin people, for the Edo people, for the Yoruba people, for the Isoko, Shekiri, Isa, Afema, Etsako, Enwani, and all other Benin tribes. And when you hear Benin, Benin is not restricted to Benin City. Benin is a very, very large empire. We have about 54 ethnic groups which make up Benin. We have the Edos, the Esan, the Esako, the Ika, the Urobo, the Kwale, Enoani, Egede, and so on, the Gaz, the Fon, the Eve. We have a lot of people which make up this Benin Empire. And we also have a lot of them in this organization. That is why we are calling on all Benin's indigents. No matter where you reside, this organization we welcome you, and we will also work with you to make sure we bring a brighter future for our people, to work together to build industries, to build companies that can improve the lives of our people. So I'm inviting you to the Benin Empire Advancement League. If you go to our Facebook page, you can send us a message. You can send us a message through our WhatsApp. We also have our radio station where you can listen to history. You can listen to our traditional music 24 hours. You can very soon our TV will also be coming. And will be coming, and we are going to also be having a live TV where people will be teaching. And don't forget, every weekend, every Sunday, 6 o'clock, we are always live. We will be teaching history, and we will be teaching moral, something about our culture, and also be bringing some events that is happening around us. And all Benin's are welcome to this organization. As far as you are ready to work with us, as far as you are not a criminal, because we doesn't want to have criminals in this organization, and we doesn't want people who will distract us from what we are doing. We want people with brain, people with knowledge, people with who have moral abilities to work with other people, because this is very, very important for us as an organization. So if you want to be a member of this organization, you can contact me through our Facebook page, our website, through our radio station, through our WhatsApp numbers. We have about 2 or 3 numbers there. You can contact us, and let's work together. We'll be happy to receive you, and I welcome you to this organization. So that is all today I have for you today. By Sunday, we'll also be coming out to teach some moral and cultural aspect of the Benin Empire, and Next week, Sunday, is our History Day. Our PRO, Mr. Joe Iyohaiwan, will be coming out also to teach history, to teach deep history about the Benin. You know, things you haven't heard before, the explanation you haven't heard before about the Benin history is going to be there and educating you. And our vice president will be also be coming out sometimes also to teach history. And many people will be coming out in this page, in this organization to teach so many things, to teach something business, to teach everything that can bring a brighter future for our people. And I want to call it a day now. Maybe we'll see on Saturday in the evening or Sunday again. So thank you very much for being with me and for listening to me. So we would like to welcome you to this great organization to work with us, to be one of us, and also be part of us. And, yes, okay. Have a great day and a good night. And bye bye. Be blessed.